Hey, what's up? It's my HR guy here. I have a question for you. Have you ever described your workplace as, or heard someone else describe their workplace as, being similar to high school? Some of you are probably nodding your head because you know exactly what I'm talking about, while others of you might be a little confused. So let me break this down for you. When you think about high school, lots of times you think about the bad parts of high school. And the bad parts of high school include things like mean cliques, gossip, behaviors like that, that made it a place that you wanted to get out of. And so you never thought that going into the professional workplace, you'd have to deal with those things. But unfortunately, those behaviors do seep over. So think about it like this. I'll break it down for you. You have in corporate organizations, you have a mission statement, which talks about what you're looking to accomplish as an organization, a vision statement that talks about what you'd like to be as an organization or what you'd like to see yourself in the future as being as an organization. Some of the more progressive organizations talk about culture. Sometimes it's stated or strongly implied, and those are the behaviors that contribute to successfully hitting the targeted mission. And then there's what I'll call accepted culture. Accepted culture is something that occurs within the workplace that people say, if I contribute to or if I do these types of behaviors, I'll be accepted by the people that I'm working with. And accepted culture is something that happens over time. People come together, we're dynamic, so we understand the mission, vision, the stated or implied culture, we understand our goals and expectations, but then we are humans, so we figure out how do we best work with one another. So this accepted culture occurs over time. And then the most professional of organizations, what happens is this accepted culture morphs and it's flexible and it becomes muted depending on certain circumstances. So for example, if someone new comes into the organization, your accepted culture might become a bit muted, specifically if the behaviors are borderline, right? And I've seen this where people interact with one another and they're perfectly happy in the way that they interact, even though other people might feel uncomfortable with those interactions. People are able to define how they want to interact, what's comfortable for them, and they've determined that. But they're aware enough to know that someone coming into the organization may not accept what they find acceptable. So an example I've used in preventing workplace harassment classes in the past was hugging. Everyone's used to hugging. We come in every Monday morning or every Friday morning or every morning, what have you, and we hug one another. Someone coming new will not necessarily be comfortable with hugging. And so that behavior becomes muted because maybe we don't do it in front of that person. We certainly don't involve them in it. Until we can determine whether or not this person is going to blend into what this accepted culture is. And again, back to the most professional organizations, what happens is if this person blends in, great, accepted culture continues to grow and expand, and you guys go back to normal over the course of a period of time. Or if this person isn't going to fit into what you find to be accepted culture, you find ways to still manage your relationships with the people who are already a part of the accepted culture, and you still also manage to make this other person feel included. So you understand what they do like, how they like to interact, and you find ways to talk about or do those things to make that first person feel included. So you're going out of your way, even if it's not a part of this generally accepted culture. And that person feels as if they're a part of the team.